Hey, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon. We're the two old farts. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Lou on the boat looking at the old fart. I'm in the morning here, not in the afternoon.
I am in the afternoon. And
What
why am
time?
I in the afternoon?
I don't know. Where the hell are you at? Is
I'm
that
in Germany,
Kaiserslautern?
Kaiserslautern, Germany. That is correct.
All right. So how's the weather over there?
Not as hot here as it is there.
Oh man, it's a scorcher.
That's what I've been
We're
hearing in
on,
the news.
we're on the back porch at 8:30 this morning. It's already 88 degrees.
Really,
Yep.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah, when I tell you, I had to water the few plants we got in the backyard. They're still blooming and stuff like that. So uh, it is what it is. That's when we live in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's hot everywhere right now, though.
Oh man, it is. Fortunately, it's not that hot where I am, and it wasn't. So yesterday, the group that I'm TDY with, we we went to Luxembourg for the day,
Okay.
and it was really
Oh,
nice there. It wasn't hot at all.
wow. It's amazing how different parts of the country the temperature is different, isn't it?
It is, it is. And some
Well,
of the guys that I went with are from Switzerland,
okay.
and I told
So
them about
tell,
our podcast, and I think two of them have listened to it.
okay.
So get this, man. In the 2 weeks that I've been gone, we've had quite a few downloads.
Okay.
On Monday, July 10th, that was almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We had 23 downloads that day. That's as much as we get in a month sometimes.
Yes, it is.
So get this, Dad. In the last month, since July, we've had how many this month? Over the last 30 days, we've had 99 downloads, 17 in the last 7 days. So, since the beginning of July, we've had 57 from the United States, 4 from the United Kingdom, 3 from the Netherlands, 2 more from Canada, and 1 from France.
Wow. That's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
sure
Maybe
is.
we're making some progress here, huh?
Maybe they've downloaded them from Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Samsung, Spotify, Chromecast, Pocket Casts, Firefox, Google Chrome, Alexa, Amazon Alexa, Google Nest Hub, and unknown. So that's pretty crazy.
So how many total we got so far?
So far, I just closed it out. 2,743.
Oh,
So we're
wow.
we're we're inching up there,
We're getting there.
slowly but surely. Yeah,
So tell me about our
tens of
toilet paper.
tens of people are listening to us.
Tell me about our toilet paper. How we doing on that?
Oh, that survey ended after a week. Twitter will only let you post a survey for a week. It won't
Okay.
go no longer.
Well, I'm going to tell you two things coming up here I'm interested in, and I hope some other folks are interested in. The Little League Girls World Softball Championships coming up here shortly, and the Boys Little League World Championships coming up shortly.
Yeah, in August, the Little League Series World Series comes out, right?
Yep, and
In Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
the girls start. They're actually playing the regionals right now, and then their series starts August 6th through the 13th, and the boys start August 16th to the 27th for the Little League World Championships.
And the World Cup started too for women this past
Yeah,
week.
yeah, and we beat Vietnam the other day. I don't think we played anybody since then.
I don't think so either. Let me see here. Let me pull it up. We are in Group D, I think. No, E. We're in Group E. 1 win. The Netherlands is also 1 win in Group E. And there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There's 8 groups. So in Group H, I don't think anybody's played yet. That's Colombia, Germany, South Korea, and Morocco. Group G,
and the way
Sweden,
that women's
Argentina,
team was
Italy.
talking about
What's
how they
that?
played that game, if they deliver like they were talking, they should win this thing.
From what I've been watching in some of the English news over here, they're saying America is probably the odds-on favorite. Maybe behind them would be maybe England or France or the Netherlands.
Right. It's all about attitude. When you start talking trash, you better be able to back it up, or you're gonna, because the other team's gonna feed off of that.
You're best just to talk trash. Act like you've been there before. Play your game, and let your wins do the talking.
Yeah, you got to keep that emotion. Emotions is good. It can get you fired up, stuff like that.
Yes,
but
it
when
can.
you start believing that hype, and the other team doesn't, you can have some problems.
And I think our beloved Alabama Crimson Tide has kind of suffered from that problem. It's nobody's afraid of Alabama anymore.
No, they aren't. But I tell you what, I'm excited about this team. See what I got there?
A piece of paper.
That's the SEC schedule. That's the Alabama schedule. I'm ready. Then
I hope so.
When Alabama's on TV, this is what I'm going to put up.
Just like
recorded in progress. Do not disturb.
Yeah, what's that on the front of it? What? That's a microphone, isn't it?
It says recorded in progress. Please do not disturb. Your niece, my granddaughter, and your sister gave this to me for my birthday, so I can keep your mom
your birthday
out.
Like she comes
in on our like she comes in on our podcast, right?
Right. Like Tina has listened to our podcast. My own sister, your daughter, has not listened to our podcast. I don't even think Jordan has either.
Yeah, Jordan has, I think, once or twice. But you know how that goes. How about your daughter? Has she listened once or twice?
I would put money on it that she hasn't. But you know who has listened to our podcast? My Swiss friends, Flavio and Timmy from Switzerland. They have listened to our podcast. My own children have not listened. No, I take the ball. Kaylee, my oldest daughter, she's listened to it. I don't think Erica has.
Kaylee does quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, she does. And she got us those T-shirts and those mugs.
Yes, she did. I was going to do that, but I've been outside watering my plants and stuff, so.
And I didn't bring my T-shirt to Germany because I got a stain on it. So, Kaylee, tell me where you got it so I can order some more.
But I wear that one around a lot, not just for our podcast, but when I go out and then people ask me about it so I can tell them about it and stuff like that.
So one more person can maybe listen to us.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about these girls' Little League softball.
All right.
They've been around for a while and started out in North Carolina. And then Hewitt, Texas won the last championship. That's up by Waco.
Okay.
Do you know what team has won the most championships? Or what, from what state?
Texas.
Waco, Texas. They have the most. And
all right. I did not know that.
Yep. I like to watch sports, especially high school. And these are 10 to 12-year-olds that are playing and stuff like that. So it's interesting to watch them and see the talent. But in baseball, do you know how many actual baseball players have moved into the national leagues from the World Series? They're playing in the Little League World Series.
Quite a few.
Yep. How about 71?
71 players from the Little League have gone into the majors.
Played in the World Series, Little League World Series.
In the World Series.
The Little League World Series, yeah.
Right,
And then
right.
they end up moving in, making it into the NFL or the
MLB.
baseball. Yeah, we've actually had 10 to go into the NFL
Are you
that
serious?
played. We actually had 6 that's made it into the Hockeys. I mean, so it's a big venue for these boys, uh, to move up.
Okay.
Monet Davis was the first girl to pitch and win and threw a shutout in the Little League World Series.
Okay.
And she was also named the Female Athlete of the Year in 2014, I guess it was, something like that.
That's impressive.
You know who else is in the Little League World Series that's kind of famous?
Not me.
How about Ron DeSantis?
I did not know that either.
I did not either. Then Austin Dillon, you in the race car, truck racing and stuff like that.
Yep.
Austin Dillon was the 2011 NASCAR truck championship, and he's has a couple others and stuff like that. Pretty interesting how these kids, and to me, the message is how sports helps develops mentality, attitude, and all those kind of things.
Teamwork.
You know, but it's interesting when you go back and look at the history of all this kind of stuff. Of course,
That
the
is.
Little League World Series, the boys' Little League has been around since what, 1947, something like that.
Yeah, that's been around for a minute.
Yep. Uh, the U.S. has won 38 times, Taiwan 17, Japan 11, California 7 times, Georgia 3 times, and Texas only twice for the boys' Little League World Series.
Hey, you can't win them all, can you?
Yeah, but it's fun to watch. 1952, Montreal, Canada. So a shout out to all of our Canadian folks up there and friends. They were the first team outside the U.S. to win a national championship.
That is correct. We do
Yeah,
enjoy and are very thankful for our Canadian, British, German, French, Swiss, wherever you guys are from, Australia. We're thankful and happy that you guys are listening to us.
yes, we are. Yeah, and it's fun. I'm glad you got a chance to work this in. We could do this just a little bit while you're out enjoying yourself. Are you having fun?
Yeah, drinking way too much beer over here. You know, you can't go
Yeah.
to Germany and not eat some schnitzel and drink some beers.
So what's that big size beer that you showed me? What's that called? A Stein?
Oh, I don't remember what the heck that thing was called, but it was I can't even remember the name of the restaurant, which probably should tell you that I probably had too much beer that night. But I don't know. That thing was about this tall, full of beer, and I think we went through 2 of them
2 apiece or all together?
all together. The
Well,
whole
you
group
never know.
went through probably 2 of them.
Yeah, but it's fun and it's making memories, right? That's
It
what
is.
life's gonna be about.
We've been renting these scooters and driving all over Kaiserslautern on the scooters, going out to the restaurants, drinking the beer, meeting the people. I love it living over here in Europe. I really do.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
it's a different mentality, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a much different mentality. Plus,
Yeah,
when you get on the highway on the autobahn and that no restriction signs up there, you you can go 115, 120 miles an hour as fast as your car can go. You just get on down the road.
that reminds me of something I saw the other day. It was kind of funny. It was talking about in Texas, the temperature should be the speed limit on something like that at the highways or something like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty dang good.
Yeah, like 110 and 106 and stuff like that.
Yeah, it should be speed limit, not a temperature.
Yeah. So
So speaking of hot in Texas, where were you last week on my birthday?
I don't know. Where was I? Was
I
that
don't know. You
Flora's?
got to tell me. You were there.
Was that Flora's Country Store with
I
Jason
guess it
Boland,
was.
Jason Boland, and Charlie Robinson?
How was Charlie Robinson?
Yeah, always good.
Well, that was your first time seeing him.
Yep. I,
What Mom think of him?
she liked it. I think your mom's kind of coy. She doesn't want to tell you too much, but she has fun when we go out to these kind of things. You just kind of look at her. It's the non-verbs that's more important than what she says. You know, when she's having,
did she drink any more whiskey?
One or two, then sometimes, okay, one more, right? her limit was going to be three, but she'll say no. Okay, one more. That's the fun part of watching going, because getting her out of this house sometimes like pulling teeth.
You got to put dynamite under her butt.
Yeah, but it was hot. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh man, I believe it. I believe it.
Florida. I love Florida. They ought to put some fans out on that porch or somewhere out there, get that air circulating. What kind of concerts you got?
What's that?
What you got coming up when you get back?
Besides catching up on my sleep from the time zones, I don't think I have too many coming up in August. Let me take a look real quick. August. Brenda and I have the Counting Crows.
Okay.
With Dashboard Confessional. They're going to be at the Majestic. The day 2 days before my sister's birthday is a band called Clutch. I'm going to go see at the Aztec. There is a concert towards the end of the month on the 28th. I don't know if I'm going to go because it's on a Sunday, taking all that time off. But there is a band that I'm so looking forward to at the end of August. They're from Mongolia. It's the Who, H-U, Mongolian metal. They do that Mongolian throat singing. You guys, you've got to check them out, man. The Who, H-U.
Yeah, you sent me that link. I haven't looked. When I get off, I'm gonna look it up and check it out.
You need to check them out, Dad. They're very hip. They're very cool. A lot of people are really digging them.
So what else are we gonna do when you get back, or shortly after my birthday?
We're gonna go to Shiner, right?
Yeah. Yep. We're good. I'm looking forward to that.
Going to Shiner. It's gonna be hot.
A lot of things. Yeah, but we can go inside there. There's some restaurants and stuff like that, and it's just, to me, it's about someplace that has history.
Right. I'm putting it on the calendar right now.
All right.
3, 2, 1. You should be getting an email right about now with the calendar invite.
That's about what, 2 hour drive? Hour and a half, 2 hour drive to Shawnee?
Yeah, it's about a 2 hour drive, I think.
Yeah. Yep, you just come in.
Yep, we're going to Shiner, Texas. Taking the show on the road.
Yep. Then this weather cools out. We need to plan a couple more trips. You know where I'd like to go? Up by Houston and see some of those places up there, like where some of the battles, the Civil War, not Civil War, the Texas battles was fought up there. The one before after the Alamo and stuff like that.
We went to Goliad.
Yeah, we've been to Goliad, but this one's I can't think of that, up by Houston. So
okay,
that was after the Alamo, I think. So, but I just like history. Speaking of history, I'm reading a book, and I'm gonna get you one by Joy Jones. You know who Joy Jones is?
Nope, can't say as I do.
I'm gonna tell you, Unbroken Bonds of Battle. That's the first book I've read since Vietnam that I just don't want to put it down. I want to keep reading.
Okay.
It's and it's not about him so much as about the people who's influenced his life and that's helped him get through the battles that he's the mental battles as well as the physical battles and stuff like that. And those people are telling their stories about how they overcome and stuff like that. Uh, when you read it, it's just it makes you think about life just a little bit differently. It's I'm gonna get that book for you.
And you want to talk about some strong bonds? While we were in Luxembourg, I can't remember. We were using this app called Signal to communicate with each other because we were in like a group setting or whatever. And yesterday, at some point, somebody had said something about bonjour in the text message, and then somebody else said bonjour. So I recorded my voice and sent it to everybody going bonjour. Well, today, everybody in the group text has made my voice bonjour part of their like ringtone, if you will. So if I send a text, everybody's phone goes bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
See, that's kind of bonds that help you get through some dark times sometimes, and or some troubling times or whatever, Uh, and that's one thing about the military. The military creates strong bonds.
Even our foreign military friends have that same kind of humor.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It's the camaraderie that you have because you're all doing the same thing. You all have the same feelings and stuff like that, and when you're in there, it's not about country anymore. It's about you and your buddy next to you.
It is.
And that's what
Politics
makes it
falls to the side.
Yeah, that's what makes it so strong. Because now it's about you and your buddy, the guy next to you, what you're doing for him and what he's doing for you. Yeah, makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I just got a group message. Somebody was asking, "Is everybody going to eat dinner?"
Yeah, it's getting close to that time, right?
Yeah. So a few of my friends, when they got downstairs, they shot me a text saying, "Hey, we're down in the lobby. We're going to get some pizza. Come on down." And I went down a little bit later, and afterwards they ate their pizza and they went upstairs. So I went down the street and got me a doner kebab from this Turkish place, and that thing was freaking huge, man. Dad, I'm not lying. It was about this big around, man, thick, like that thick. And I hate to say it, but I ate almost the whole damn thing.
Pretty good, huh?
Oh man, Dad, I'm getting food here that I just can't get in the States. And the closest to German food that I have gotten is that German place I took you to in New Braunfels, Krauser's.
Yes.
That's the closest as I've ever gotten to what you can get here.
Yeah, we'll have to make a trip back up there one day, just me and you.
Yep, and we're gonna definitely go again to Wurstfest this year.
Oh yeah. Well, they got the building rebuilt now, right? That burned down.
It's back open. Yep.
So I'm sure probably a much larger venue this year than it was in the past because I'm sure that they probably enlarged that facility.
They should have, and plus coming out of COVID, people are excited to get back out there and do things again.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, hey, rather than try to drag this shit out and get these awkward pauses, might as well start to wrap it up. We're coming up on 25 minutes.
Yeah, about time you get down with your buddies and go get something to eat.
And maybe get some beers. But, no, there's just no sense in like dragging it on and while we try to come up with something to talk about,
Yeah. Well, that's why I made some notes. I'm excited about these Little League World Series coming up, the girls and the boys. I wish the regionals were playing now, but they're not, and
And you need
couple
to watch some
places where
women's soccer, Dad. Watch some women's soccer, World Cup.
I am, and I
Those
watch a
girls
little
get
bit of
after it. I like watching the women play soccer much more than the men because the men just flop around like fish when you get near
Yes, they
them.
do, and that's why I like watching the girls athletes. They get into it. I mean, they talk a lot of trash. When something happens, it's just they make it exciting.
They do.
So
They play the game, in my opinion, the way the game is supposed to be played.
yep, absolutely. So all right, well, have fun.
Thank
We'll
you.
take care of the home front until you get back.
Yep, I'll be coming home soon.
Okay, have
All
fun and
right.
don't eat too much,
That may be a problem.
and drink one for me.
I'll drink one or two.
All right,
All right.
love
Love
you.
you, Dad.
Bye. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.